we're back at it. And he's back here, finally.
I'm back.
He took a break. He fell
I
in
did
love.
not take a break. No,
fell
I
in
did
love.
not fall in love. I actually had to work 12-hour shifts, so yay, work.
But without further ado, as some of you know, most of you know, this podcast is now presented by DL Sports Nation. And you guys go ahead. We're going to drop their link to their social right here at DAL Sports Nation on Twitter. And like I said in the other video, just Google DL Sports Nation. You'll find other great podcasts, a Rangers podcast. You'll find some great articles and some other great content on there. So thank you guys again. But let's get into it. Last night, it will be 2 nights ago when you guys are watching this, but last night there was a trade announced, and that trade included Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, and some picks. So let's get into the nitty gritty of things. And so Stafford,
Can I just ask you the question first?
What's up?
Do you think that Stafford is going to be a better fit in LA than Goff was?
I feel like they were limited with Jared Goff. I feel like when you have, Matthew Stafford hasn't won the big games, but he hasn't had a team around him to be able to put himself in the big games. I mean, if you look back at the last big game he played, it was a playoff game here in Dallas, and it was pass interference on the play. They didn't call it on that 4th down against Anthony Hitchens. So I'm not going to hold anything that happened in Detroit against them because they're a poverty franchise. But no, I think he's going to do great. I think this is the Rams saying, we got 2 to 3 years to win a Super Bowl. Let's go try and win one. So
I'd agree.
So this trade included only Matthew Stafford going to the Rams, and then coming back to the Lions, we got Jared Goff, of course, and that massive contract. We got 2 first-round picks in 2022 and 2023, and then this year's 3rd-round pick for the Rams. As some of you guys that are watching know, and we know, there was a lot of people in Cowboys Nation that were wanting the Cowboys to get into this debacle with Matthew Stafford, because for some reason having Dak Prescott as the quarterback of America's team isn't good enough for you. So, Jacob, I have the question for you, and but let's just hear it. I know what you're going to say, but would you have given up Dak Prescott, 2 first-round picks, and a 3rd-round pick for Matthew Stafford?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. One thing is first of all, we need all the picks we can get. All the first-round picks we can get, we need them. We're trying to build something great here. Okay, we're trying to build a Super Bowl winning team. Okay, and we can't do that without our picks and without our quarterback. Okay, I don't know about you, Jake, but I foresee a very good future, a very long future with Dak if we can work something out this year. Now, this is going back to the whole if they sign him. Okay, I think if they put him on the tag again this year, I think it's going to make things a lot harder next year, trying to sign a big deal with him. But I think if they can work something out this year, I think that we're going to have him for a very long time, and I think that we're going to build something really, really, really good here.
So an interesting take. I read an article today. I forget who it was written by, but they said Jerry Jones is not being a fool here. Jerry Jones is playing the long game, because let's say that Dak ends up signing the tag this year. That will be $37.1 million. So that will put him at $69 million over the last 2 years. And let's say after these 2 years, they sign him to a 4-year deal worth, let's just throw out a number, $180 million, including signing bonus. That would mean it will be altogether a 6-year, $250 million deal. That's not a very bad deal. You know what I mean? Not. So as much as we would love to see Dak, because he deserves to get paid, he is getting paid bukus of money on the tag. So let's not forget that. And I hate to be that guy, but I think he's going to get the tag this year. It's kind of a prove it, make the playoffs, and we're going to give you all the money you want. Because I think
exactly.
He's ready. He's trying to strike while it's hot.
Yeah, and like I said though, I think that it only hurts us more it only hurts us trying to sign him more next year if we don't give him let me rephrase that, if we don't give him at least a good a good contract and he declines it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if we give him something that's reasonable for both of us, both the Dallas Cowboys organization and Dak Prescott, I think that Dak will realize, hey, they're trying to give us something, they're trying to give me something good, but I'm going to hold out till next year because if we make the playoffs, I can use that in my to my advantage.
exactly. So hopefully we get this whole debacle done. I want to circle back to something you said. You made an interesting point. You said we're trying to build something great here. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl. We need our picks.
Yeah.
And the Rams have not had a first round pick since Jared Goff in 2016. They have traded all of their picks away, their first round picks. I believe they traded for because they traded for Jalen Ramsey. Of course, we know they
Hmm.
traded 2 firsts. They traded for the defensive end Dante Fowler,
Hmm.
um, and they've made one more trade. I can't remember who it was for, but they haven't had a first round pick, and they won't have a first round pick. It will be 8 years since they've had a first round pick after this whole thing is done, assuming they don't try and trade their 2024 draft pick soon. So that's very weird to me that you think that you have to have first round picks and you have to have these guys that are taken early to be good. I think the same thing. I don't know how they're doing it.
Hmm.
And another interesting thing is with all of that, their contracts are all huge. So Andrew Whitworth, Jared Goff is included still. He still gets paid some money from the Rams. Matthew Stafford, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald account for 109 million out of the 188 million of the cap.
Wow.
So they're really relying on hitting on these mid-round guys like Cam Akers and getting some production out of them, which is
Yeah.
when I saw that stat, I was like, wait, what? Um,
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm kind of dumbfounded by that, but um, you know, I don't like you said. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl. What was it? It was last 2 seasons ago.
two
Has it
seasons
been two
ago.
seasons now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they went to the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. And granted, they did lose, but I mean, you're still in the Super Bowl. It takes a lot
Yeah.
to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So um, yeah, I don't know.
Um, since we're talking about Jared Goff, of course, the 2016 draft class comes up, and I just want to go through some of these names and let's talk about what their career has been so far. So the number one pick in 2016, Jared Goff, just got traded for 33-year-old Matt Stafford. Carson Wentz was benched for Jalen Hurts, a rookie quarterback. Paxton Lynch, who the Cowboys wanted to draft that year, cut, no longer in the league. Christian Hackenberg, cut. Jacoby Brissett, traded, back up for the Colts now. Cody Kessler, traded, no longer in the league. Connor Cook, cut, no longer in the league. Dak Prescott, best quarterback in that draft class and still hasn't gotten paid yet. Cardell Jones, traded, not in the league anymore. Kevin Hogan, cut. Nate Sudfeld, cut. Jake Rudock, cut. Jeff Driscoll, cut. When are we going to be able to appreciate what we have and stop trying to look into grass is greener on the other side? Because it's really not.
No, to go kind of off topic, that's always something that people say the grass is always greener. It never is. Let me tell you guys that right now. The grass never greener on the other side. It's always greener when you just water your own grass.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, yeah, dude, I have no idea. I really don't. A lot of people are like, man, Dak Prescott is not that good, and they say this and that about him, and I'm just like, dude, Dak Prescott is like heaven sent. Like
Yeah.
he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
The only thing is we need. I think the thing is we need an offense that is really molded around him. And I think that's what they're trying to do right now is mold a whole offense around him. He needs a healthy offensive line. We've had a lot of injuries on the offensive line this year. I think we had most of our offensive linemen out this year. So I mean, backup offensive lineman. As an offensive lineman in the NFL, like as a starter, you're pretty good, and you rarely ever get hurt.
Yeah.
So the backup never really ever sees the field. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for the backup to come in and be in the big the game situations, especially when they never get game reps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, and I want to give credit to Bob Stern's never going to watch this, but Bob Stern on the ticket. Um,
He'll
the
watch
Cow
it. He'll watch it
the
eventually.
Cowboys when was Romo picked up? Was it 05, 04,
Yeah,
05?
something
Early.
like that. It was a long time ago.
So if you think about the last 17 years, the Cowboys have used one fourth round pick. They've obviously picked other quarterbacks and stuff,
Mhm.
but of their starters that have been real starters, that's the dude, they have wasted one fourth round, and it was a compensation pick on Dak Prescott. And of course, Tony Romo is undrafted, but you've gotten 17 years of play out of one fourth round draft pick, and you're not willing to pay the guy.
Mhm.
And he puts the team on his back. He's the heartbeat of the team. We can go on rants about this all day, but
We could.
at the end of the day, Dak Prescott is the best quarterback out of 2016. Jared Goff is no longer a Ram, and Matthew Stafford is in LA with his buddy Clayton Kershaw from Highland Park.
Yeah.
But I don't think we got anything else for you tonight. I do want to point out that we only need 8 more subscribers for a free jersey.
More. 8 more.
8. Ocho
Ocho.
más, por favor. But we only need 8 more. We appreciate the support. The last video blew up, probably because this guy wasn't in it.
Probably.
But just like, subscribe, comment. If you have any critiques, don't use a dislike though, please. Chris, let's get a hashtag 214 and whatever he's got for you today.
Chris, all I got to say is I love you, buddy.
That's all he's got. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and thank you again, DAL Sports Nation, for presenting this podcast.
Really do appreciate it.
That's all we got for you tonight, guys. Y'all have a good one.